Has anyone else not put in the effort for a Halloween costume, but they somehow tailor their whole month-long wardrobe to be reminiscent of spooky season? Or is that just me? Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shelby. I am so late on this video. I had a different video planned, but this is what we're doing. This is how it's happening. I love the idea of people showing off what they're wearing for a specific month. I actually might want to do a monthly series of this kind of video, just showing what my favorite things to wear in any given month are, because I do actually perceive every different month with like a different vibe. I don't know, like different months just give me like different moods, different feelings, different color palettes. And it also helps me to get my wardrobe together for like if I wanted to have ready to go pieces for work. I work at Anthropology right now. And so, you know, it's kind of fun thinking about what to wear that would be anthro approved and also kind of extra imaginative. I like doing that. This video is kind of a mix of what my favorite pieces are in the month, what my goal for what I want to wear for the month is, what I'm thinking about for work outfits, and then what I also think are like fun little details for every month to like incorporate into the outfit. This season is spooky season, so getting together like black elements, witchy elements, things that say Halloween a little bit. However, like I said, I'm very late. This is coming out like late October, so this is gonna be a what I was wearing all October, not a what I will be wearing. However, I hope to get better at my time. I also still need to finish drawings. I'm kind of going fast. Like I said, I also don't really do costumes for Halloween. I haven't done it in a while. I just find that the whole thinking about my costume thing, like that just takes too much effort, too much money. I don't want to do it. Maybe one day I will get back into the spirit of wanting to do a full-blown costume, but I'm just kind of the person that's like, if I can't go 1000% at it, I don't want to do it because it's just not going to be perfect. Having graduated from a fashion design major, should I be the most likely person to make a costume for myself? Yes. However, can you graduate from a fashion degree major without being very good at sewing and being instead really good at drawing and conceptualizing? Also yes. So yeah, I'm just going to go into some of these looks without much further ado because I know that I could ado forever. One thing I will say before I start, I will have as many things listed or linked below if you like anything. Now, I say listed because I'm not the type of person who can afford to go out and buy like 1,000 new things every year, every season. I don't do that. I buy what I want when I want. I don't do super massive hauls, and I also thrift. Mostly I thrift. So what I do is whenever I thrift something, I search up what it is, I search up the name, I get stock photos of it. That's just the reseller in me. I want to know everything I can about this item of clothing that I thrifted. I like that. I have a little virtual closet on my laptop, fun fact about me. So I will list the name of the item and as much detail as I can really go into about that in my description box, because you may not be able to buy something right now. It may have sold out. However, that doesn't mean you can't go into something like Poshmark or Depop or Mercari, search in the name of the item and buy that item for yourself. I'm a big proponent in doing that. I'll remember something that I did love but didn't buy and want to buy, and I'll just kind of like search that on reseller websites and I'll buy it. If you're like me and you really, really, really want something, search for it secondhand. I think you'll probably find some really cool stuff. And yeah, I don't want to perpetuate a complete atmosphere of like buying new. Like sometimes it's okay to like buy from someone else, an independent seller, give them some money, and then you buy something that you didn't buy new, which is a win for everybody. A win for the earth. Anyways, I'm gonna go on into it. So the first look, of course, is going to be this dress that I thrifted. This is from H&M. I did thrift it, but I love it, and it was something that I knew I had to have once I saw it. And I love this print because it's such a perfect print for like every single season. It says, collecting herbs for a witch's brew for autumn, and then florals for spring. Groundbreaking. I think it works for everything, and with the black base for a floral pattern, that is really something that can transition into any seasons. And also just the fact that the skirt is so tiered and so full of volume, that just made my heart sing, because I love skirts that are just crazy wild and super fun and have lots and lots of movement. I think that those skirts are the type of skirts that everybody compliments. And that's exactly what happened. I wore this yesterday to Anthropologie and got so many compliments. People loved it. I mean, I also tried to dress it up with my little obnoxious 2017 Tumblr girl hat, but that just kind of like made it more extra, and I really just want to like be super extra at work. Like, that's just kind of something I'm striving for. And then you can see I also paired it with this little belt that I'm wearing. I love this belt. I thrifted this belt a long time ago. It's so cool because it's like a regular belt up in front, but then in the back it kind of does this little dip, which I think just like gives so much added shape to an otherwise shapeless belt that cinches you in. That's all it does. It cinches you in, and it helps to frame your bouquet. So, added bonus. I also, of course, wore this outfit with my Jaden Docs, like, what else am I gonna wear? As I was going to work, my friend actually sent me, like, a meme, that meme that's, like, 4 types of lesbians going to brunch, and it was the little Kirby with, like, this hat, and then also on top of some Jaden Doc Martens, and I was like, oh crap, that's me. So, I mean, it's half right. That was a fun time. So next to look, I knew I really wanted to incorporate like stars in some way, shape, or form. I feel like stars are just very fall. They have kind of witchy vibes to them. It seems very mysterious, very like moon, dark, you know, harvest moon. I don't know, I like that whole aesthetic, so I really wanted to incorporate stars into my autumn wardrobe somehow. And I purchased these jeans from a seller on Vinted, actually, and I just really love the idea of stars just kind of there. Like, I don't know, I think it's really kind of sexy. I like it. Anything that's gonna draw attention to my butt is usually good by me, so long as it's not entirely too tacky. And one could very much argue that this is tacky, but it works in my daily life, so. Of course, this is not something that I could wear to Anthropologie, because they would not probably like for me to wear distressed jeans. They wouldn't have a problem with the star butt decal, but they would with the distressed jean part. That would be a little too much for them. I also really wanted to show off my black and white striped turtleneck. I really love that turtleneck, and it goes with everything. I just thought this kind of stars and stripes thing, you know, was kind of a fun spin on stars and stripes in the traditional sense. So next look I would consider to be my e-girl look. I really love this look because I had recently thrifted these Urban Outfitters trousers, which are called the Charlotte Pant. They're kind of one of the only like really baggy trousers that I own right now, and I'm usually not a big fan of wide-legged baggy pants. I am very much about skinny jeans. I still love skinny jeans. I think skinny jeans are something that works best for curvy girls, and I don't like dad fit jeans and wide leg pants. However, these ones actually really are cool. I think what makes them work is because they do taper back in at my ankle. Also just the fact that they look really good with my Jadens. Oh my god, do they look good with my Jadens. It's like they were made to go together. I also bought this Urban Outfitters belt off of a girl on Depop, and it's funny because this belt was actually shown with those pants in the stock photo, and I thought, well, I have to see what they look like on me, and they look perfect together. So I do still really like that trend that was really popular in like 2018. That's like the ring on your belt. I still have some edge in me. That's my edge. And it was a good trend, and we should keep it. Why did it fall off? Someone tell me. But I just really love those pants, and that whole combination just on its own. Like, the lower half of my body, I think, is like, that's set, that's figured out. Those things will live together in harmony forever. But then I just added my vintage Victoria Canada shirt, which I think is just such a cool printed top. I don't know if I could find this for anyone because it's probably a very one-off shirt that I thrifted at a Goodwill somewhere. However, I did layer my Free People white bodysuit underneath it. The bottom half of me was very dark and very sullen and kind of too edgy. And then the upper part, I think, had a little bit more light. The top was kind of tying in the blues and the navy, but I think the white turtleneck really just kind of lightened me up. And then of course I have to wear a beanie because I love my beanie. It's my peanut beanie. I will never not wear a peanut beanie for as long as I live. So the next look I'm probably going to bring back, if I do this video again in November, I'll probably bring it back for November because there is another way that I actually love to wear this skirt. I like to think of this skirt as my librarian skirt because it is so perfect for that reason. It is this gorgeous Cartonnier brand skirt, which is a brand that's sold at Anthropologie, but I did not know that. I thrifted it at a Goodwill outlet, which is kind of cool. It's just a really interesting skirt. It's got the plaid, which is this gorgeous fall brown, orange, beige plaid with this gorgeous drape detail on one side, which just adds so much interest. I think it's such a cool skirt. It looks so vintage, but it's not entirely vintage, which is just, it kind of blows my mind. I literally thought it was a vintage skirt when I thrifted it. And then one day I was working at Anthropologie and this woman was like, "Oh my goodness, I love that skirt. I bought it a while ago and it's so amazing. Don't you love it?" And I was like, "Yeah, you have this?" And she was like, "Yeah, like I got it here like forever ago." And I was like, and then I went home that night and I looked it up and I was like, oh, wow. For October, I am styling it with my J. Crew orange turtleneck. I love this turtleneck. It's like the most perfect turtleneck for fall. I really love this look. It's very simple and clean, but it really just screams fall. It's like so just that vibe. It makes you feel warm and fuzzy. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy. The next look actually incorporates an element that I have recently developed an obsession over, and I mentioned it once in a different video of mine that was like a haul. When I thrifted this beach cardigan, I said I was obsessed with wearing landscapes on my body, and that 100% rings true. I literally now have 5 or 6 different landscape items that I am obsessed with. This is a landscape mesh bodysuit that I bought off a girl on Vinted, and it's from Forever 21. Which, for Forever 21 quality, like, you know, it's really good. The printing is really nice and crisp, and then the bodysuit is also just really soft and really comfortable. But I'm literally wearing, like, the Blue Ridge Mountains on my body. Like, how could it be more perfect? I love just every minute of it. I did put underneath a tank top, I guess you could call it, that has this really cool one shoulder detail that I thrifted a while ago, and I think it does look really cool with the top, because it's like you're kind of focusing on multiple things at one time. You kind of just gotta figure out my clothes, man. Like, I'm not gonna give it to you. You gotta figure it out. And then I put that with my Free People pants that I'm obsessed with these pants. I'll probably never get rid of these pants so long as they fit me. They just have the coolest seaming detail. They frame my bootay, they frame my thighs, my legs, they just do all sorts of things. And I think I wear these pants literally with almost every mesh top that I own because for some reason they all just look good with these pants. The color of green just works. And I will definitely be bringing out those pants again, probably in like December, because they go perfectly with so many like Christmassy looks. I really loved this look for the season because it just kind of makes me want to go out and like have one last hiking hurrah before it gets too cold. So it makes me want to go to the Blue Ridge Mountains, just like somewhere really remote and nice and calming. Especially right now, I think we all need calming. And I also took it one step further and I put on my Silence and Noise ribbed high-low cropped sweater. This sweater, I have it in 2 colors. I was on the absolute hunt for this sweater because it is literally something that I wanted to buy when it came out, and I just I wasn't able to buy it because it sold out. Everyone loved it, everyone wanted it, and so I have been on the hunt ever since trying to find it for a good price, but I totally get why it was such an amazing sweater. It is an amazing sweater. I love this sweater because I am a sucker for a bat wing in any type of top. But these sweaters just kind of go with everything. And this one is really cool because it still kind of shows off the mesh top underneath, but it kind of still gives you warmth and coverage. So this outfit I wanted to incorporate specifically for the sleeves of this top. I love these kinds of sleeves. I think that they're just so cool. They're so dramatic. This top is from Free People. I want to say it's something like the You're So Dramatic bell sleeve top, but it just has these really dramatic, exaggerated sleeves that are just the coolest thing, just very witchy. I feel like there was a big trend of like ruffle sleeves, like taking the ruffle over the top on the sleeves and to the point where your arms were like literally just like shaking in the wind. So I really just wanted to highlight this look because of this top. I just think it does give me all of the October vibes. It does make me feel very like sinister, very like spooky. This look oddly was one that gave me a lot of compliments when I last wore it, and the reason why mostly was because I wore it with a deep red lip, which I did not do for the try-on. This look I think is really nice because it's so simple and clean and classic, yet it's so detailed and finely curated. I love this off-the-shoulder top. It was a trend a few years ago and I don't know what happened to it, but I still think it's a great trend. I really do love showing off like my shoulders, my collarbones, my neck. I think it's just a really nice silhouette on a top. So I love having that simplicity with the top and then going into just some straight black skinny jeans. I think it's just something that you can't go wrong with. It's so classic, literally and universally flattering. The way that I wanted to take it up a notch, of course, was I added my little paisley bandana-esque silky scarf. I think everyone could do with having like really fun scarves in their arsenal because there's just so much that you can do with them. You can put them in your hair, you can put them around your neck, you can wear them like as little things to tie into your belt loop. There's just so many ways and they make any outfit just look so much more detailed, well thought out. It's a very underrated accessory, I think. And it's one that not too many people think about until it like comes back in a trend in a big way. But I always thought that people who wore them outside of the trends were just like the real ones, if you know what I mean. So this next look is me being very experimental. I am not a pattern mixer. And I remember back in like 2015 when people were going crazy with pattern mixing, I kind of thought it was dumb. Why would people mix patterns? I was much more about like getting the crazy pattern and then pairing it with something really basic. To me, that was just like rule number one of fashion. You gotta know how to balance your crazy patterns with your basics and you'll be fashionable. And while that is still very much a rule, don't get it twisted, it's a rule. I think there are some instances where pattern mixing is a really good idea. And the reason why I say that is because I did a haul with this Urban Outfitters cardigan that I purchased, and I had been kind of going back and forth in my mind about whether or not I wanted to keep this cardigan or whether or not I wanted to return it. Especially loved the collar, the collar blocked collar. I thought that had a really cool vintage vibe to it, but I wasn't sure because I didn't like how orangey it was. I wished it was a little bit more camely or a little bit more gold. I wore it to work. I was gonna wear like black skinny jeans with it, make it real simple as an outfit, make it real classic. However, this isn't enough. Like I really want to just go hard with this look. I want to be like bold. So that came to me in the form of let's wear this vintage skirt that I had thrifted forever ago from a Goodwill outlet. The reason why I think that this works really well is because they are completely different patterns. They have different vibes on their own, but I think together they just really work because they have similar color hues. They still are just different enough. And the skirt was enough so that it was incredibly loud patterned, but it was also kind of neutral in its color pattern and in its pattern variation. The pattern was really loud, but it was still not overshadowing my cardigan pattern, so I was able to wear it more as a neutral and it could still be its own thing. And I just think that they look so cool together and I just loved the combination, and this is kind of what cemented to me like you need to keep that cardigan. It's a really cool cardigan. It can do things other than just be the only statement of the outfit. And I wasn't wearing lion printed anything, but I thought the fact that it was like a cheetah, loosely based cheetah print gave me the authority to wear my little gold lion chain belts. I do like chain belts a lot. I think they're really cool. And I did wear this one to work and it really worked out because at work we have to wear like walkies that we have to like fasten to something, and I also wore my like grunge shoes with it, which are my most comfortable shoes, so I like wearing those to longer days of work. I also really loved kind of bringing more attention to that color blocked collar, by also including like a little necklace that was a statement piece, but also very tribal. It was kind of mimicking the skirt. It was a really cool look. I feel like I outdid myself with it. I was very proud of it because I felt like I put it together from scratch. And those are the best kinds of outfits, when you don't quite know how it's going to work out, but you kind of like just try things and it all just seems to stick and work. My next look was another simple one, but it is made more complex by its details. I simply paired my tiger printed mock neck that I got from Anthropologie with my Madewell charcoal Cali demi boot jeans, which in itself is just going to be a combination that works. So this way at least I was able to do something a little different with a jean that I don't usually grab for unless it's for a very special circumstance, and this was kind of my special circumstance. And I was able to put my little double buckle western belt with it, which I always love to do because I love wearing it with those jeans. They really make that belt work. It's like still very flattering because it's all very form fit, but then it also has these added details that are very childlike and very fun, which I always enjoy playing with that juxtaposition. I think it's a good mixture. This look is one of my favorites because the top is one of my favorite tops that I've ever thrifted before in my life. I got it at a Goodwill outlet a long time ago. It's basically a printing of a 1700s fox hunt. I don't know how else to explain it. It's a fox hunt pattern on a top. And I do love, you know, interesting prints and patterns, and I think that this is no exception. I do really think that this pattern is like stunning, that this printing is stunning, and it's definitely a vintage shirt, and it just kind of, it buttons down the back and it has like this beautiful little mock neck. The colors are definitely very fall for me, and especially the way I style it, because I usually wear my Free People pull-on pants that are olive green, which I think just go perfectly, and they're just a beautiful shape. And then I like to wear my Dior beige blazer over top of it to kind of give it a little bit more structure altogether. But I do kind of feel like I look like a little 18th century fox hunting assistant boy, like stable boy. I don't know why, I just feel like I look like that. It's like that meme that was like, you know, when I put my hair in a low ponytail I feel like a young colonial apprentice or something. Like, that's me. But this shirt is still like my favorite top that I own because I just think it's so unique. Like, I've just never seen anything like it before. So I love pieces that I just feel like not very many people are ever gonna own in their life other than me. The next outfit is what I would consider to be my party outfit. If I ever had a party to go to that was not a costume party, that was just about celebrating spooky season, this is probably what I would wear. It's called the Fashion Nova What's Love bodysuit, and I thrifted this, of course, and it's kind of like sexy without trying to be like overly like in your face about it, but it also kind of has like a little spooky element to it. I like how it's just very fitted, very streamlined, and it just looks universally flattering on anyone. Then I also pair it, of course, with the main star of the show, which is my Zara tiered pants, which are just one of the most fun garments that I own. They like literally make my butt look amazing. Like, that is just kind of a universal truth. And then they just are so much fun. Like, you can't not have fun when you're wearing these pants, I think. Also, the movement just makes you feel like you're like a fish. Like, you're one of those fun like scarf fish, you know, like those ones that like move and they like, you know, look like they are scarf in the water, because I literally feel like I'm like moving in water whenever I wear those pants, which I don't know if that's the best way to feel, but I like it because I like feeling like I'm floating. But yeah, if I ever wanted to get attention from somebody, I would probably just wear those pants and I think I would be fine. So this look was something that I highlighted when I showed you things that I had thrifted in a haul not too long ago. This top was called the Quintana top. That was by Tiny, which is a brand that's sold at Anthropologie, and this top literally just has witchy vibes to me. Like, it literally just says like witchy goodness to me, and that's just all you can really hope for in October. It's just this beautiful rich plum color with this gorgeous golden embroidery. I just think it's such a detailed, beautiful top that I just have to show it off again. I really feel like I nailed it and knocked it out of the park when I styled it in the first video, because I wore my Realization Par Wild Things Naomi skirt, which I think just kind of went perfectly with it. Again, it's like that pattern mixing that just works. It looks universally good. It looks like they were meant to be together. The gold really picks up. The embroidery that's in the Quintana top is different than the patterning of the skirt, which I just think works. And I just think the purple and gold combination is just such a stunning one. I was very obsessed with this look the first time I showed it, and I'm still obsessed with it now, and I think it's so perfect for October, and now is when I can actually wear it and enjoy it. My last look, if you haven't already caught the drift of what I like to wear, it's very form-fit tops with my skinny jeans, but the tops are usually like very detailed and fun and like whimsical. And this definitely keeps in with that pattern, because I thrifted this top from a Danish brand called Nor Denmark. I'm certainly not saying that correctly, but it's from this Danish brand, and it is like the coolest shirt I think I've ever found in detail, because it's just something that I've just never seen anyone else do. And I don't know if it's like super high-end or not, but it just feels like there was a lot of thought that went into this top. I'm saving this top for last because I usually love to wear this top as like my costume for work if I do happen to go in on Halloween, because I like to think of myself as like a fashionable zombie whenever I wear this shirt. It is this heavily distressed shirt that has dirty looking staining on it, but it's also intentional, and like the distressing is on this jersey knit fabric, which is just so weird to me. And then it has these leather accents. This is totally just all intentional, and they just wanted to do all these crazy things with it, which is why it's just something that I've never seen before. I've never seen anybody try and distress a material like that. It's like doing the most with detail. And it's like the coolest top I've ever seen. And trying to be zombie but make it fashion. Trying to be fashion but make it zombie? I don't know. So yeah, I'm just kind of wearing this top with my black skinny jeans. I mean, what do you wear with this top other than black skinny jeans? It's such a weird, wacky, wonderful top. There's so much going on with it. I wouldn't ever want to overwhelm it, and I wouldn't want to ever overshadow it, because it is a trip on its own. It is a piece to itself. So yeah, this is like my costume in people clothes type deal. And I've never been able to find what this top is, but I'll definitely try and see if I can link the Danish store that it's from, because I think that they do have some cool pieces. I mean, I think a lot of other countries do cooler stuff than Americans usually, but I don't want to say that because I'm also American. I'm a fashion designer, so I like to think I have creative ideas. Well, I'd say that's it for my fall October faves, stuff that I wanted to show off. Again, if anyone is interested in anything, I will try and get as much detail as possible about every piece that I'm wearing in every outfit. There are some pieces, like of course vintage stuff, that I just won't be able to get to you, and I'm sorry about that, but hopefully you can get some inspiration from those things and keep an eye out for them whenever you're thrifting or shopping. And that's the best that you can hope for, I guess. And I'm always looking for things, so hopefully if I do this video next year, if I'm still chugging along next year, I will have some new fun additions and maybe come back to things that I wore last year that I'm like, hey guys, I'm still obsessed with it, because I definitely did that this time. I definitely pulled out things that I wore last year that I was like, this was freaking amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for being patient with me. I hope to have a November one out soon, and maybe we can talk about the different vibe of November. Hi. You.